Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to revise the first lesson of geometry, that is geometrical constructions. In this lesson we had first recalled about the angle bisector, and we had learned that an angle bisector divides an angle into two equal parts. Next we had revised about perpendicular bisector. So perpendicular, whatever you draw, it makes an angle of 90 degree with the given segment. After this we had studied the important point from this lesson, that is the property of an angle bisectors of a triangle. So see children, when you draw angle bisector, then all those angle bisectors are concurrent lines. So here dotted lines, whatever you are able to see, they all are concurrent to each other. And as they are concurrent to each other, that means they are intersecting at a point. You can see I have shown in red color. Okay, I'll use some other color so that you can see it clearly. So here is that point which I have shown with blue. That point is called as a point of concurrence. And remember children, this point is equidistant from the sides of the triangle. Okay, it is at an equal distance from the sides of a triangle. Once again I will tell you, when you draw an angle bisector to an angle, then we get a point that is called as point of concurrence, and that lines which are passing, they are called as concurrent lines. Okay, and whatever point you get children, that point is equidistant from the sides of the triangle, and thus we are able to draw a circle inside it. Okay, so that circle is called as a incircle, and that point is called as incenter. What is that point called as? The point of concurrence of angle bisector is called incenter. Okay, now next thing, see here we have, in this only we had learned that it is equidistant. That point is equidistant from sides. So IA, IB, IC. See here, IA, IB and IC, they are equal. Okay, now next thing what we had learned, that is the next important property, that is property of perpendicular bisectors of the sides of a triangle. Here we are drawing the perpendiculars on the three sides of a triangle, and they are also passing through one point. See, they are passing through one point. I will show that point with red color here. Okay, that point is also called as point of concurrence. So here these are perpendicular bisectors, and these points or these lines are passing through one point, and that point is called point of concurrence, and lines are called as concurrent lines. Now this point which we get because of the perpendicular bisector, this point is equidistant from the vertices. What did I say? This point is equidistant from the vertices, means this area and this line. It is at equal distance from the vertices. So you are able to draw a circle for it in this way. Now what is this point called as? This point is called as Circum Center. Okay, so see here, what is equal here? CX, CY and CZ. So the Circum Center, that point is equal at the vertices. So CX, CY and CZ are equal. Okay, now here they have given you the same thing. Just pay attention. The angle bisectors of a triangle are concurrent. Their point of concurrence is called incenter, and it is shown by the letter I. So next thing, once again we are going to revise, that is the perpendicular bisectors of a triangle are concurrent. Their point of concurrence is called Circum Center and it is shown by letter C. Okay, so remember, point of concurrence of angle bisector is in center and letter used is I. Point of concurrence of perpendicular bisector is called Circum Center and letter used is C. And one more thing, point circumcenter is equidistance from the vertices, or the point which is equidistance from the vertices is called circumcenter, and the point which is equidistance at the sides is called incenter. Okay. So later on we have solved practice set 1. Then we have learned 4 types of constructions, isn't it? That is to construct a triangle given lengths of its 3 sides. Second one was to construct a triangle given 2 sides and the angle included by them. Third construction was to construct a triangle given 2 angles and the angle included side, and the last construction was fourth type of construction, to construct a right angle triangle given the hypotenuse and one side. So based on this we have seen the construction. For this test mostly you will have objective questions, so constructions no need to practice. Now see here, you may have also objective like a triangle with a right angle is called dash. What will be the answer? Is right angled triangle. Now the next fill in the blank you may have like this. The side opposite the right angle is called dash. Then the answer will be hypotenuse. Okay. So these were the different constructions what we learned. As this is objective exam, you may not have construction. So whatever other part of revision I am taking, that type of questions you may have. So here you have learned the next point, that is congruence of segment. So let's revise now the congruence of segment. So we had learned that if the two segments are congruent, then they are written in this way. Seg AB congruent seg PQ. And what are congruent segments? If given line segments are equal in length, then they are congruent. So on this blue box you may have a fill in the blank, like if given line segments are equal in length, they are dash. Answer will be congruent. You may also have like if given line segments are equal in dash, they are congruent, then length. Okay. So next, if seg AB is congruent to seg PQ, seg PQ congruent to seg MN, then seg AB is congruent to dash. Then you can write answer seg MN. Like these questions also you may have. Or seg AB congruent seg PQ, then can we say seg PQ congruent AB? True or false? True. Okay. So like these questions you may have. Next, after this we had solved this part, that is the congruent segments from this box we had found out. Okay. Later on we had solved practice set 6, and after that we had seen congruence of angles. What is congruence of angles? Yes, here they have given us the definition. Two angles with equal measures are congruent to each other. So you may have fill in the blank like this. Two angles with equal measures are dashed to each other. What will be the answer? Congruent. Then these conditions whichever are asked, which are given here, like that also fill in the blank you may have. If angle LMN is congruent angle ABC and angle ABC congruent angle XYZ, then angle LMN congruent dash, then answer will be angle XYZ. So based on this also you may have question. And the last point what we studied in this lesson, that was congruence of circle. So see, circles which coincide exactly are said to be congruent circles. Always remember that. And so we can also have a fill in the blank like this. Circles of equal dash are congruent circles equal radii. So this was the revision of lesson number 1. I hope you have understood it. Go through the revision and learn such type of question. It will surely help for your exam. Now let's revise the second lesson of geometry, that is angles and pairs of angles. So we will revise the objective type of questions from this lesson. So the first part what we had studied in this lesson was the interior and exterior of an angle. So here we are having an angle PQR, yes or no? So in this angle PQR, whatever part I will color now, that is called as an interior. So this part is called as an interior. Which points are lying in that? Yes, point M, N, O, T. So points M, N, O, T lie in the interior of an angle. Next we are having points which are outside. That points are called as an, or that part is called exterior part of an angle, or the points in that part are called points in the exterior. So which are those points? Point G, D, S, E are the points in the exterior of an angle. Now on the angle also we are having certain points. That points are called as points on the arms of the angle. Then what are those? P, Q, R are the points on the arms of the angle. So this was about interior and exterior of an angle. Later on we have learned about adjacent angles. Yes, adjacent angles means what? They have given you nice definition. See here, two angles which have common vertex, common arm but separate interior are said to be adjacent angles. Then we had solved practice set 15. So just now what we revised, points in the interior, points in the exterior, that is only there in question 1. Yes, we will just revise quickly. See, points in the interior. What are those points? Point R, N, X, C. Point in the exterior, T, U, then G, V, Y. Isn't it? Now, points on the arms. What are those? A, W, G, B. These are the points on the arm. Got it? Then we had solved these sums. Later on we had learned about the complementary angles. So if the sum of the measures of two angles of triangles of two angles is 90 degree, then they are known as complementary angle. So you can see here one, this is PQS and SQR. These two angles are forming an complementary pair. So children, see, both of them are acute angles, isn't it? So always remember, two acute angles make a complementary pair, or they form a complementary angle. Later on we have solved sums on it. Okay. After that we had learned the next type of angle, that was supplementary angle. Okay. So see here, if the measures of two angles is 180 degree, then those angles are known as supplementary angle. So here you can see a straight line and on that one ray is drawn, isn't it? This is the ray BD. So when we drew ray BD, we got two angles, that is angle ABD and angle CBD. So these two angles when we added, its total was 180 degree. Therefore these angles are called supplementary angle. And always remember, one obtuse angle and one acute angle together make supplementary angles. Okay. So after this we had solved the practice set based on it. So till practice set 17 you have to study for your exam. Objective type of questions what I revised just now, like that you will have for your geometry test. So be prepared, listen to the video carefully and study well for the exam.